Good morning, cricket fans, and greetings from the Caribbean. We are here live at Kensington Cricket Club in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica, for day 3 of this round 2 match in the Cricket West Indies Regional 4-day Championships between the Barbados Pride and Windward Islands Volcanoes. Andrew Chan in your company alongside the man, the myth, the legend. Jamaica knows him, Jamaica loves him. Everybody wishes they were him, Mr. Marlon Carlisle Pinnock. Good morning, Pinny.
Good morning to you, Mr. Andrew Chang. Of course, the Barbados Pride are on the back foot this morning on the 3rd day of the West Indies Regional Championship game being played here at Kensington, of course, in Kingston, Jamaica. 4 wickets lost yesterday in the evening session of the 2.
Yes, certainly the Barbados Pride up against it. They still trail, I think it's by about 40 runs or so. We will confirm exactly how much as the proceedings start. And it certainly seems that, so the situation is Jonathan Driggs actually fell with the last delivery of the day's play yesterday. So the night watchman, Akeem Jordan, is joined by Kevin Wickham. He's the brand new batter at the crease. It seems that Kenneth Demba will actually be starting from the southern end to Wickham. And that one is past everybody. That will run down to the boundary for 4. The Barbados get 4 byes to start the day.
By the line delivered there, first up by Kenneth Demba. And 4 runs to the Barbados Pride. Who's desperate on the back foot is the Barbados Pride thus far in this game. But of course, the Windward Island Volcanoes thus far doing a fantastic job on and off the field.
Yes, certainly. A very good unit at the Windward Islands Volcanoes. And how do you assess this game with so the Barbados Pride have, of course, Rashawn Primus and Shane Dorridge to come in terms of the recognized batters.
Still a good amount of batting.
Oh, he's back to that one. Beating all ends up by that one. That was a quicker one through from Demba.
Still a lot of batting remaining. Of course, wicketkeeper Shane Dorridge is no mug with the bat. Scored a test century as well.
Yeah, certainly.
And of course, we know Rashawn Primus can be very dangerous.
Interestingly, the umpire is at square, or point, as opposed to at square leg. Probably just a bit of a glare, maybe, from the umpire in terms of the adjustment of position.
It was indeed. And we also know Kevin Wickham is in a tremendous form this season.
Yeah, you're quite right, Penny. 100 in the first round and a well-played half century, 74 in his first match, in the first innings here, I should say. At the end of the first over, play 76 for 4. So certainly the Barbados Pride will be depending very heavily on Mr. Wickham to get them through to competitive position in this match.
You're so right. But of course, it's a wonderful morning here at Kensington on the 3rd day of the West Indies Regional Championship game. Of course, sun out in its glory. Haven't seen a lot of spectators this morning, but of course, cricket is still going on. And the Barbados Pride will hope they can get a decent partnership from these 2 young batters at the wicket for the Barbados Pride. Akeem Jordan was not out overnight on 4. And of course, Kevin Wickham faced at 5 deliveries so far and haven't got off the mark as yet. So it's all to play for in this West Indies Regional Championship on day 3 here at Kensington.
Yep, Shamar Springer will take up action from the southern end of the ground, from the northern end, I should say. And he'll be bowling to Akeem Jordan. Flick nicely, flick fine. Fielder coming around is Demba, and they'll trot back for an easy 2. So first runs off the bat for the morning, and it's a pleasant little flick there by Jordan.
Pleasant indeed. First delivery there from Shamar Springer, just straight on the line of the leg stump. And Hakeem Jordan easy in the high to get off the mark this morning. And of course, the Barbados Pride, of course, will welcome any runs from now on for their team.
Flicked in the air, that's down to mid-wicket. And they will come across, it's actually around the corner area. The fielder pulls it in just inside. That's Daryl Cyrus. Good running around on the boundary there.
When you look at the Windward Island bowling attack, they have done a fantastic job over the 3 days so far.
So, of the 5 bowlers used thus far from the Windward Islands, each of them have taken a wicket. Shamar Springer, Darius Martin, Daryl Cyrus, and Demba. Good delivery from Springer. He bowled a beauty to get rid of Barbados Pride and West Indies captain Craig Brafford yesterday.
You can see here in the replay, pitch and straight, pitch of a delivery there coming in from Shamar Springer. The Barbados Pride still thrilled by a further 31 runs if the Windward Island Volcanoes are to bat again in this crucial second round encounter.
You have to say a real hallmark of the Windward Islands bowling unit in this match throughout is that they haven't allowed Barbados to build any partnership of any sort. They completely, they just took wickets at the right time, Penny. Just when a partnership is starting to build. Like for example, the first wicket to fall yesterday, the wicket of McCaskey, was after a partnership of 28 between him and Brafford. So they were starting to build a little something, and then Martin struck. Appeal for LBW.
But as I mentioned, the Windward Island Volcanoes, they are very disciplined team, as you mentioned, batting wise and bowling wise. So this is good on the part of the Windward Island Volcanoes.
Ambrose was rolling around on the ground. I don't think he could believe that wasn't given out. We'll have a look at the replay here. Might be an issue of height, I would think, because it certainly looked adjacent.
So it's good to see at the end of over number 26, the Pride's progresses to 80 for the loss of 4. Oh, seem to be heading down the leg side on that occasion. But there were a good shot there.
And maybe a bit of inside edge as well. Faintest of inside edge, because as you can see the bat was coming across the pad. He's definitely playing toward leg. Hakeem Jordan also a tall fellow. So considerations for height.
Well, Demba will be continuing from the Windward end.
That's flicked nicely down to long on. A push flick, as it were. The Wickham finally gets off the mark there. That will give him a world of confidence. And he's also showing confidence in Hakeem Jordan to face 5 deliveries from Demba.
Well, of course, Hakeem Jordan is batting in the top 6. So even though he was a night watchman yesterday, he still have to play normal cricket. The Pride squad, they are behind the 8 ball at the moment. So of course a partnership still needed from Hakeem Jordan. Hakeem Jordan can bat. And of course he will be very vital for the Barbados Pride in this innings. All batters from now on need to bat for the Barbados Pride. Of course, they're thrilled by another 31 runs if the Windward Island Volcanoes are to bat again in this round 2 action from Kensington Cricket Club in Kingston, Jamaica. Of course, it's a wonderful morning here at Kensington, sun out in its glory. Of course, not a lot of spectators here thus far. But as you see yesterday, as the day progresses, Spectators came in at a regular interval. Barbados Pride seem to be on the back foot from the day one of this West Indies Regional Championship game.
Thought of a single with some hesitation there. And they eventually get through for the streaky single. Jeremiah was maybe a little bit slow getting to that one. But it was a deft little touch there from Hakeem Jordan to just play it into the offside.
If you look at Windward Island Volcanoes batting in the first innings, 4 batters got off century for the Windward Island Volcanoes, and that's a plus.
I think it was more that they batted for a long time, of course, Penny. A couple hundred deliveries for Solazano.
So it's good to see at the end of over number 27, Barbados, they are 82 for loss of 4. It's good to see the batters occupying the crease for the Windward Island Volcanoes, and the totals speak for itself, just the occupation at the crease. And for the Barbados Pride, we haven't seen any batter thus far batting over 55 deliveries. So it shows that the Windward Island doing a fantastic job thus far.
Yep. So of course, good morning to all the fans streaming on, or who are watching the stream on the Cricket West Indies, I should say, YouTube platforms. Shamar Springer will continue action from the northern end. Certainly hope you're enjoying the view, and wherever you're watching in the world, we wish we could send you some Caribbean sunshine. Coming up the pitch there is Hakeem Jordan trying to negate whatever full delivery swing Springer would have. Certainly accomplished batter, Penny. You can't say that he's a slouch with the bat at all.
Yes.
And it's good to see that these sort of players are developing their all-round capabilities.
Hakeem Jordan for Barbados Pride before had some good innings for the Barbados Pride on a number of occasions. So he's now mug with the bat is Hakeem Jordan, and he will be hoping to put some runs on the board for the Pride, who's desperate in need of runs on day 3 here at Kensington. Over at Sabina Park, of course, the CCC batted in their first innings and scored 302 runs. Captain Jonathan Carter scoring his first century for the season. 137 not out.
Appeal for an LBW again. Very vociferous on this call.
Well, we're going to see it here on the replay though.
The umpire is hitting his hip.
Must have been close there.
Yeah.
Good start here by Shamar Springer. It's very consistent from yesterday was Shamar Springer.
Certainly a very, very close call there. Mid-pitch conversation between the batters. This is the second time that Springer has actually hit Jordan on the pads in consecutive overs.
Good stuff so far by Shamar Springer.
That's why Jordan is coming forward, and he plays that definitely down to the third man area. Beats the gap between gully and point and will come back for 2. It's good running.
Good delivery there by Shamar Springer. Just hitting the outer portion of the bat of Hakeem Jordan and down to the third man region. And a comfortable back for a second run. As I was mentioned about the Jamaican Scorpion against CCC. A brilliant century from Chadwick Walton. 163. The Scorpions 259 for 6 at the close of play on day 1. And of course, only 2 batters for the Scorpion went into double figures. And of course, the 2 openers put on a 100-stand opening partnership for the Jamaican Scorpions. West Indies number 3 batsman Kirk McKenzie, he made 9. And of course, the struggles continues for Jamaican Scorpion captain Jermaine Blackwood.
Flick nicely down to fine leg again. Will this reach the ropes? It does indeed. Wait for the signal from the umpire, and it is off the bat. Wonderful little flick there from Hakeem Jordan. Been threatening to get a boundary of that flick shot all morning, and did so now.
So at the end of over number 28, the Barbados Pride up to 88 for the loss of 4. Courtesy of a body line delivery there. And the final delivery of the 28th over by Shamar Springer, and well played in the end by Hakeem Jordan. Hakeem Jordan, known for his batting as well. Good capabilities, the man Hakeem Jordan. And this partnership, as I mentioned earlier, will be very vital for the Barbados Pride. Looking wickets is the Windward Island Volcanoes. Looking at cheeky single there was Kevin Wickham, but well fielded by that man on pitcher there, Shamar Springer. He's an excellent all-round cricketer. Here's Shamar Springer. Bats well, bowl well, and as you can see in the field, diving around for the Windward Island Volcanoes, and that's a plus for the Windward Island Volcanoes. So we are here for the third morning of this West Indies Regional Championship game. A sunny morning. That's my good friend Andrew Chung. Just watch on as a partnership starts to build so far with Kevin Wickham and of course Hakeem Jordan. No ball signal by the umpire, seemed to be umpire Christopher Wright. Christopher Wright is from Jamaica. And of course the Barbados Pride still trailed by a further 23 runs if the Windward Island Volcanoes are to bat again in this second round fixtures. Cut fine enough down to the third man boundary for 4, delicately played on the part of Kevin Wickham. Now 4 welcome runs to the Pride.
Yeah, his first boundary for the morning. A delicate shot by the informed batter. Had a little bit of width on that one. And enough bounce that he was able to cut it down to that third man area for a pleasant boundary. His first of the morning.
And the second of the day for the Barbados Pride.
And good morning to all the cricket fans in the Windward Islands who will be checking in, and of course Barbados as well. Fans from Dominica, fans from St. Lucia. Our fans are across the world in the UK as well. It's probably the afternoon period in UK. Goes for the sweep shot. Didn't make connection there. It's probably about afternoon time in the UK. I suspect it would be maybe about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and probably very cold as well. Absolutely contrasting weather to here.
So as you can see, Kenny Dembo so far doing a fantastic job for the Windward Island Volcanoes. Well, all the bowlers so far from the Volcanoes doing a fantastic job.
I think the important thing is that Barbados Pride are whittling away at that lead, and there might very well be a couple of twists in this game, Penny. It's nowhere near done and dusted, I think.
Just a big partnership here needed by the Prides.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, they are just behind by 18 runs at the completion of over 29. They are 93 for the loss of 4.
And Barbados will be glad that they still have Kevin Wickham out there. I mean, he's been in sparkling form, Penny. Every time he touched the ball with the bat, he's looked very, very pleasant, looked very, very on point. And he also seems very, very focused. Certainly a lot of confidence coming from that first game where he scored 100 and put Barbados in a winning position. And then a half century as well, and I think that has actually been the top. No, Solazano scored 86. Would have been the top score of the match thus far. Forward by Akeem Jordan and well fielded there. Oh, that's caught. That's actually caught at short extra cover. That one pitched up. Shamar Springer strikes, and the night watchman Akeem Jordan is back in the hutch. We were just talking about Barbados Pride putting on a partnership. It doesn't happen. 93 for 5.
Excellent catch there. Seemed to be the captain leading from the front for the Windward Island Volcano. That's a wonderful catch. Diving away full stretch to his right. As we can see here back on the replay. Wow. This is what you expect. And the captain leading from the front, leaping to his right and took a wonderful catch. And of course, the Barbados Pride. They are now 93 for a loss of 5. Still trail by 18 runs with 5-second wickets in hand. Wow, excellent on the part of the Windward Island Volcanoes team. As you can see, the new batter making his way towards the crease seam on camera now. The big Roshan Primus.
Yeah, so you can see that Akeem Jordan did his job as a night watchman. We will be very disappointed he didn't push on. And but I mean, as a bowling all-rounder, maybe not the smoothest batter in the world, not the most, or not a top order batter. He played that shot on the move again. Penny. He's been trying to step out of his crease and negate the swing that Springer was getting.
Well, he tried to force that drive. That ball wasn't there for the drive, and hence why that ball was lobbed. And a good catch in the end.
Yeah, it was an excellent catch. A really, really excellent catch by Melius.
But a partnership is needed, and we have not getting any partnership thus far in the 2 innings from the Barbados Pride, and that's why they are on the back foot thus far.
Yes, certainly. And they still trail by 18.
And as we mentioned, Shamar Springer continues to bowl a steady line outside the arse, tempting the right-handers. That is good on the part of the Windward Island Volcanoes.
What are your thoughts on Roshan Primus coming in before Shane Dorridge? I mean, we know he's higher up in the order, of course, in the batting order. But do you think at this stage that Dorridge should have been a better player to just more consolidate, get past that lead, and then hold Primus? Appeal for a leg before. It was very, very low, probably going down leg.
And as I mentioned, I think Shane Dorridge is the man that should be in at this particular moment. But as you can see on the replay, full delivery, just missing leg stump. Good decision this time by umpire Batharath of Trinidad and Tobago. They have 2 umpires doing a fantastic job all 3 days thus far.
Yeah, credit to Cricket West Indies and their training, and the umpires, of course, themselves taking their jobs as professionals. Ooh, that's a fine edge, and that will run down to the third man boundary. Sort of beat Primus with that one, but I think that one kept a little low. The Primus is off the mark, and that's all that he will care about. Optimus Primus.
Well, he's off the mark, but not the most comfortable way, if you want to call it. But as I mentioned, a steady line being maintained by this tall Chaplin fast bowler Shamar Springer with figures so far of 2 for 25. There's 2 deliveries remaining in his 8th over.
Yeah.
So he's doing the job required of his team. And what we've seen so far, all 3 days are very sunny and bright here at this wonderful venue, Kensington Cricket Club.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous weather. If you wanted to get a glorious suntan like our cameraman Kadir Mohammed, you could definitely come down. I think he's gone about 2 shades darker, Penny. Probably a third by the end of this day. Oh, he's beaten. Appeal for a caught behind, is that?
So at the end of the 30th over, the Barbados Pride 95 for 5, as you can see on the replay here. Seem to got some inside edge there. But I wrote a shout though.
It was an
Pitching
appeal for
line.
another LBW. But this shows how excellent Spring is bowling. He's targeting the stumps.
He's definitely doing a fantastic job so far. 2 for 25 off his 8 overs. And he's asking questions. Is Shamar Springer?
Umpire Zaid Basarath retreating to point. We will not be fielding, but will be judging the game. I had a look at the pitch, Penny. Your thoughts on it? Did you have a wander over into the middle?
Well, I didn't look at it this morning, but as I mentioned yesterday, once you apply yourself on this wicket, runs is there for you as a batter. And of course, we haven't seen that all 3 days, of course, from the Barbados Pride batters. Each time a batter looked very good.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of update on the pitch based on what I saw this morning. So there aren't really any footmarks for the spinners to work with outside the right-hander batters on both ends. But there are a couple spots in the bowler's follow through, just where if they get it on that right area, it could fizz and do something different. And as for the fast bowlers as well, there are a couple cracks that are developing on either side of the pitch, but they're back of a length. They're in good line, they're in about off and middle line, but they're back of a length. So if you get one on the back of a length, it can do some weird things. And that's a lovely little sweep there, very delicate from Wickham. Will it get to the ropes? The field is coming around. There's excellent. Oh, well, he did really well there. I didn't see him drop the ball, but good running there. They get 3. Excellent work there by Wickham and Primus between the wickets.
It was a body line delivery. And well swept there by Kevin Wickham. 3 welcome runs. And of course, a fantastic job seemed to be Martin covering some ground at the deep backward square leg boundary. And save a single in the end. A great commitment there being shown all around here by the Windward Island Volcanoes. They trailed by 13 runs of Barbados Pride with 5 second innings wickets in hand. No breeze so far here at Kensington. A very humid condition as we can feel the heat in our commentary box.
Act like a sauna, as the song goes, Penny. What are your thoughts on starting Kenneth Demba instead of the reliable Ryan John?
Well, of course, his captain and the team may have a decision, and they just made a decision on their own. But I don't have a problem. He was bowling very well yesterday. And of course, no doubt at the end of over number 31, the Prides are 98 for the loss of 5. No doubt the skipper had faith in Demba, and of course, give him the opportunity this morning to start proceeding. And he's doing a good job. As I mentioned before, all the Windward Island Volcanoes bowlers are doing a fantastic job for the country, the Windward Island Volcanoes. But of course, the Barbados Pride still on the back foot. Just need a good partnership here, the Barbados Pride. And of course, they are not getting any partnership thus far in the second round fixtures. We see one partnership in the last outing at St. Catherine. That was between Kevin Wickham and, of course, wicketkeeper batsman Shane Durridge. But we haven't seen a lot of partnership building by the Pride thus far in this year's regional championship. But of course, one is required, and very soon for the Pride.
And most definitely. Springer to continue with a spring in his step. 2 very, very important wickets there. The night watchman, Hakeem Jordan, and Barbados Pride captain Craig Bradford yesterday.
But if you look at Kevin Wickham, he's unbothered.
Yeah, it's quite so.
You look at the non-striker, Rashawn Primus. He needs some runs here as well. Haven't kicked thus far in the competition for the Prides. He didn't make much runs in that first game. And of course, in the first innings, he didn't make much runs as well. And as I mentioned before, this young man, Shamar Springer, bowling tremendously well. Good areas from the start of this round 2 game. He's been very consistent, and that is required of the Windward Island Volcanoes if they are to win this game here at Shedrin Park.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Springer's all-around capabilities because he batted so well in the first innings as well. Was actually not out. Edged, and that's the end of Kevin Wickham. Well, Springer strikes. Kevin Wickham edges the slip, and that is the end of Kevin Wickham, and it's a big wicket, 98 for 6, Barbados Pride.
Well, the replay will be coming up. Peach delivery, an easy catch there. As I was mentioning before, Mr. Andrew Chung, this man Shamar Springer is bowling a very great spell, and it goes to show here a brilliant delivery to dismiss Kevin Wickham, the man in form for the Barbados Pride. And the Barbados Pride now, they are 98 for the loss of 6. Wicketkeeper batsman Shane Durridge, he's making his way to the wicket.
And if Barbados Pride ever needed this member of the exalted wicketkeeper union, it certainly would be today. Last minute advice of Wickham. He looks very, very dejected there, and he would be disappointed. Scores throughout, and but he just got a good delivery. Really, all credit to Shamar Springer. It was just a fantastic delivery.
But at the moment, the Barbados Pride still trailed by 13 runs. So of course, if the Barbados Pride don't register a decent partnership, John, we could hear for a finish today on day 3.
Yeah. Well, all credit to Kimani Melias and the Windward Island team management, because you would have expected them to start with their strike bowlers in Ryan John and Darius Martin, but Melias obviously saw something that we couldn't have seen clearly because we can't see into the dressing rooms, but and the discussions that they would have. But excellent play here, excellent ploy. 3 for 25, Shamar Springer. 2 deliveries left in his 9th over. Barbados limping towards 100, but more importantly, they trail by 13. Whatever happens, they'll want to make the Windwards bat again.
And one thing for Theodore Shamar Springer, having a spell of his life so far in this encounter. 3 for 25.
Well pulled, and Dorridge gets a good one.
Good first up delivery there to Shane Durridge. Caught in 2 minds there was Shane Durridge. But in the end, played well. No harm done to the Barbados Pride wicket column. And of course, the Barbados Pride thus far seem to be playing with no pride. At 98 for a loss of 6. Still trailed by 13 runs.
I'm sure they still have pride. They've just been blown up by a volcano. Edged. Gets that down to the short third man region. He trots a single to Doris to get off the mark and pinch the strike. At the end of the 32nd, Barbados progressed to 99 for 6. They still trail by 12. Some comments from Mr. Pinney before our viewers will hear the dulcet tones of your very excellent good friend, Mr. Visham Lalman.
Such a great man is Visham Lalaman. hails from Trinidad and Tobago. Had a special voice yesterday afternoon. Everybody in the world commented on his performance yesterday in his commentary. Big up, Mr. Lalman. Good morning to you, Mr. Lalman. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Penny. Good morning to all our viewers wherever they're locked on from. And yeah, I'm fine, thank you. It's a beautiful morning here at the Kensington Cricket Club for cricket. And yeah, certainly the Windward Island Volcanoes all G'd up after an explosive display of bowling this morning from Shamar Springer.
Well, of course, we're going to see Ryan John. This time, first delivered here by Ryan John. Just straying a bit on the line of the leg stump. And of course, Shane Durridge. Easy in the eye, just tuck that one down to the final region for a single.
Well, that brings up the 100 for the Barbados Pride as well. And our cameraman Karim Mohammed seems to have some company down there by his camera position of the local cameraman joining him. A lovely shot there from Primus. That's truly offside. And looks to be Demba that's gone down there to clean up that one. But that's a good looking stroke from Primus. I think this will be the most vital partnership here, if any, for the Barbados Pride.
What I like about that shot from Primus, didn't try to overhit it. Just present the full face of the bat there. And 2 easy runs, which is most needed by the Barbados Pride.
So flicked away this time. That end of the venue a bit heavy, as we have come to have seen over the last couple of days, Penny, and they get through for 2. So Windward Island Volcanoes smelling blood at the moment, and looking to seal the deal here, has introduced that man Ryan John, and just looking to close things off as quickly as possible. They wouldn't want this innings of the Barbados Pride to prolong any longer.
They certainly won't want that to happen.
That man, though, has had a lot to say this morning with the ball in hand. Shamar Springer. So, on taking the inner half of the bat. You can't keep him out of the game, Penny.
Not at all.
He's up and about. He's everywhere this morning, Shamar Springer.
Very busy fellow for the Windward Island Volcanoes thus far.
You give him a chance and he may join us in the commentary box as well.
Definitely replace me. Well, of course, it's a fantastic morning so far. As you can see, some helicopters flying around. A wonderful job by the cameraman. Wonderful sunshine here at Kensington. And of course, as I mentioned before, the Windward Island Volcanoes doing a great job in this round 2 West Indies Regional Championship game. They batted well, they bowled well, and of course they are diving around in the field. That goes to show the commitment of this Windward Island Volcanoes team.
Yeah, definitely. Here's Ryan John again. So Dorridge just fending outside the off stump, hanging the bat loosely. He'll want to check that. At the end of 33, it's 105 for the loss of 6. The top scorer for the Prides thus far, Jonathan Drix with 20. Craig Bradfield 18. No real showing from any of the batsmen there, Penny.
Not at all. In Jamaica, we'll say they're all on cashpot scores.
Cashpot scores.
They are definitely on. But as I mentioned, Shane Durridge, every inning so far in this West Indies Regional Championship game, he got started, but just not carrying on is wicketkeeper batsman Shane Durridge.
Yeah, certainly. I think, Shane Durridge would want to go big today, and he needs to. I think the situation of the Barbados Pride at the moment really warrant an innings of substance from these two men, Primus and Shane Durridge. Springer again. Primus has looked good since striding out there to the middle, you have to see. And he hasn't looked bad at all. He has looked as though he's gone out there with a purpose, a sense of purpose in his mind, Penny.
But as I mentioned before, every batter from the Barbados Pride looked good at start. And then, of course, something just happened and they gave the wicket away. So it's not about not looking good. It's just performing and scoring runs.
Elegance there from the right-hander. Strapped right-hander, Roshan Primus. He has been around the scene for quite a while, Penny.
What I like about Shamar Springer, he's just consistently hitting those good areas, and that is good on the part of the Windward Island Volcanoes team.
Oh, just fishing outside the off stump. A good day to be fishing, but not out there on the cricket field.
As you see on the Barbados Pride, they lost wicket at the regular interval. They lost their first wicket on 28, the second on 43, the third on, of course, 62, the fourth on 72, and the fifth, that is this morning, on 93, and then, of course, the sixth on 98. So there's no partnerships thus far in the innings of the Barbados Pride.
Yes, certainly. Inside edge this time from Primus.
And it goes to show the discipline of the Windward Island Volcanoes so far in the second round encounter at Kensington. To mention, the Barbados Pride still trailed by another 6 runs.
That's a very powerful shot there from Roshan Primus. That goes all the way for 4.
Exquisite timing there by Roshan Primus. It's great dexterity shown there by Primus. Just transfer the weight on the front foot. And it's good to see Roshan Primus getting in the act. And he's most welcome of the Barbados Pride.
Oh, what I liked about that shot, he actually moved that front foot nicely. Got it close to the cricket ball, bat and pad close together, leaning over it and head over the ball.
Any youngsters watching that shot should learn something about it. It was a pleasant in the eye shot to watch on the part of Roshan Primus.
As a coach, that's Penny, as Penny is a coach as well in his own right.
At the end of over number 34, the Prides are 109 for the loss of 6.
And that shot there behind our graphic, that just shows us what a wonderful day it is for the game of cricket. The sun is out in all its glory, a nice cool breeze blowing across the facility, and Kensington Cricket Club, an amazing place to be here on a Friday morning. Third day of a first-class contest. It's the Cricket West Indies Regional 4-Day Tournament.
It is really amazing, as you can see Ryan John just pulling out of his run-up. But if you admire this venue, it's really a wonderful venue. And of course, as I mentioned, sun, very hot, early morning sun here at Kensington. Some spectators just coming in. Not a lot here, but of course, spectators just walking in on a Friday morning to witness a top of the table clash between, of course, on top so far, the Windward Island Volcanoes, and of course the Barbados Pride, slightly behind. They trail by 2 runs. The 2 batters at the crease, which is highly dependent on, is the Pride. That's Shane Durridge and of course Roshan Primus. But as you mentioned before, this partnership is very vital for the Barbados Pride.
Here's an important partnership for the Barbados Pride, and following, you know, Dorridge and Primus, Chamar holder, a Chame holder as well to come, Jamel Warrican. Guys who can hold their end, Penny, but guys who you wouldn't really, expect to go big for the Barbados Pride.
And that's of course. But of course, as a other hand, the Windward Island Volcanoes bowlers are doing a fantastic job for the
They
team.
are.
And the young captain is leading from the front in the field as well, diving around. A rap to the pad, a load appeal is governed. So Shane Durridge goes leg before off the bowling of Ryan John, and the Barbados Pride. They are in a lot of bother here at Kensington. They are 109 for the loss of 7, Mr. Lalman.
Well, here's a look at that again. Quick delivery, kept very low, and Shane Dorridge has to go. Umpire Christopher Wright raising that dreaded finger. To me, that looked very straight and very plumb. I think anything plumber than that, well, you never know. That's plumber than a plumber fixing a pipe there, Marlon Pinnock.
It was indeed very adjacent. But as I mentioned before, I keep talking, the Windward Island Volcanoes bowlers, they are bowling disciplined areas. And of course, they are getting rewards for their bowling ability. As the 7th wicket goes down, the new batsman making his way to the wicket, Chaim Alexi Holder, had a hit on his bowling hand on the first day. But of course, he's needed at the wicket for the Barbados Pride. At the moment, the Barbados Pride trail by 2 runs if the Windward Island Volcanoes are to bat back in this crucial second round encounter in this West Indies Regional Championship game being played here at Kensington Cricket Club in Kingston, Jamaica.
Well, we were speaking about this partnership and how vital it could have been for the Barbados Pride. And just like that there, Marlon Pinnock, Dorridge, well, that one snuck under his bat and he had to go. Ryan John just continues to show how vital he is with the ball in hand for the Windward Island Volcanoes.
He has. And it's caught! My word, so what is happening here for the Barbados Pride? And Chaim Alexi Holder goes back to the dugout with his team 109 for the loss of 8. Ryan John gets his second. What is happening here for the Barbados Pride, Mr. Lalman?
Well, they are falling apart. That's all I can say here at the Kensington Cricket Club. Ryan John, Kenneth Demba, Shamar Springer wrecking havoc here at the Kensington Cricket Club. And, well, they are tearing apart this Barbados Pride unit.
They are certainly tearing them apart. But as I mentioned, they are good discipline bowling being maintained so far by the Windward Island Volcanoes. And they are getting rewards for good bowling.
Well, we may just see a finish before lunch here, Marlon Pinnock. We may just see a finish before lunch.
It looks that way to me with the Barbados Pride. Still trailed by 2 runs.
Still trailed by 2 runs, Penny. This is impressive stuff from the Windward Island Volcanoes.
As I mentioned before, we haven't seen a partnership so far. They lost their first at 128. My bad, first at 28. The second on 43. The third on 62. The fourth on 72. And of course, this morning they lost their fifth on 93. The sixth on 98. And now the seventh at 109. And of course, the eighth at 109. Great bowling so far.
I know one man who will be very proud of this effort. That's Mr. Liam Sebastian.
My. What is happening here from the Barbados Pride? Of course, the Barbados Pride won 23 titles in the West Indies Regional Championship so far. But of course, the Windward Island Volcanoes, they are playing top-class cricket here in the West Indies Regionalship for 2024.
Certainly, and it's going to be Jamel Warrican now, Penny. Hat-trick ball to Ran John as well. Let's see what he can muster up here for the Windward Islands again. Oh, an excellent delivery right on the money there to Jamel Warrican, who kneels onto the floor with the right knee, stretches out with the left, and forward defensive to the medium pacer Ran John. That completes the 35th. It's 109 for the loss of 8.
As you can look at the bowling figure so far, Shamar Springer 3 for 30. And of course, Ryan John is first over this morning. My good friend Andrew Chang was saying to me this morning why Windward Island didn't start with Ryan John. And of course, they must have a plan, and the plan executed well. With Ryan John coming on from the Windward Road end and creating havoc. 2 wickets in 2 deliveries, Mr. Lalman.
Excellent, excellent stuff from the Windward Island Volcanoes. Mr. Liam Sebastian, a stalwart when it comes to cricket for the Windward Island Volcanoes. He's already making his rounds around the field. He's gone back into the players' room, and I think he's a very happy man. You can see him smiling from ear to ear, Penny. And why not?
Why not? And what more could you ask for if you're a Windward Island Volcano spectator? This time he's whipping this ball through mid-wicket, the cross for 1. And a bit of fumble here by Cyrus. And they are back for the second run. So the Barbados sprite up to 111 for 8. Body line delivery this time by Shamar Springer. But just the 2 runs here, Mr. Lalaman.
Yeah, just the 2 runs. And Shamar Springer has continued to be on the money. And how impressive he has been, Penny. What do you make of his bowling effort this morning?
He's very impressive. Thus far, glorious looking shot. Past the mid-off fielder into the mid-off boundary before. Lovely looking shot there by Rashawn Primus. And the Barbados Pride now lead by 4 runs. Courtesy of a brilliant cover drive on the part of Rashawn Primus. Finally, the Barbados Pride leads by 4.
Yeah, finally in the lead. And Nelson is up on the board. Well, before that delivery, 1-1-1. It's now 1-1-5 for the loss of 8. Good to see that boundary from Rashawn Primus.
So we clearly can say the Barbados Pride, they are 4 for 8. My word, absolutely brilliant bowling here so far by the Windward Island Volcanoes bowlers. And more so the seamers picking up majority of the wickets so far.
Ken driving sweetly. This could be 4 more from Primus. Yes, it is. Consecutive boundaries from the big strapped-in right-hander from Barbados.
If we're talking about the first one was sweet, then take a look on the replay on this one. This is even sweeter.
The fielder loses trousers in the process as well. Here's Springer, and that was that replay of
transfer
that shot.
the weight there on the front foot was
Lovely.
Rashawn Primus. Please, it's in an eye to watch there.
It is. It was actually. Oh, but right back on target there is Shamar Springer.
Well, of course, Rashawn Primus looked very confident so far. All 4 fours from him look very good to watch. But of course, he's running out of partners here. Just the 2 wickets remaining for the Barbados Pride. Just lead by 8 runs.
Yes, definitely. This one turned away and backward of square leg.
So this time it was a bad line delivery.
So I think Primus now, Penny, has realized, hey, there's only Warrican and Shamar Holder to stay with me here. It's maybe an opportunity for me to go big and look to pile on the runs, whatever runs I can muster.
Well, he should be thinking that way. The only way out is the thing to go big for the Barbados Pride. And of course, we haven't seen anyone so far except Kevin Wickham getting a half century in the first innings.
Edged and gone. Warwickon has to go this time. And, well, they're falling like 9 pins here. Is the Barbados Pride.
And a special bowlings continues for Shamar Springer. He's fourth of
Yes.
the contest.
Here's a look at it again, Penny. As simple as you like. Into the hands of the fielder, Sunil Lambris, at first slip.
Easy as you get them. Just playing away from his body. There was Warwickon and a soft dismissal at 120 for the loss of 9. And the last man going to the wicket is Mr. Holder. What can he do to help the Barbados Pride to a reasonable total, what they can fight with? Barbados Pride at the moment just lead by 9 runs. This game is surely going to hint to the on day 3.
Captaincy of Kimani Milius, Mr. Marlon Pinnock. How has it been? What are your thoughts on the captaincy of Mr. Kimani Milius?
He's been a fantastic captain. Why? Rotates his bowlers very well. And of course his bowlers are supporting him as well by bowling consistently good areas.
Well, I can see you smiling, Penny, and I can understand why you're smiling. I know that you're saying to yourself, hey, it's going to be an early lunch.
My friend Mr. Chung still looking behind on his right shoulder. Seems like something is on his right shoulder.
Let's have him Hodge. He's going to be a happy chappy for the Windward Island Volcanoes. Number 22, the big man returning from Australia. Flying straight for the West Indies. Bang on target there is Ryan John. And when is Ryan John never on target, Marlon Pinnock?
He's always on target. Doing very well in the West Indies Regional Championship thus far.
I think he would have been good at that. He's always on target, Penny.
Definitely. But, well, one thing for sure, the Windward Island Volcanoes bowlers are always on target. Well, for most part of this game.
Or slashed away, but to that man Milius, the skipper, at cover.
They have been disciplined bunch of Windward Island cricketers so far. And that goes to show the hard work and dedication these players are putting in. Pleasant looking shot down to long off this time. Now Shamar Holder will be on strike. 3 deliveries remaining in over number
Chima
37.
Chima Holder, there's not much he can do here, Penny. You know, you have to say, there's not much he can do. I think Primus is going to have a word with him now. And what do you think is the message from Rashawn Primus to Chima Holder at the moment?
Just look at the ball, try to get a single and give him back the strike.
Yeah, definitely. I think Rashawn Primus, the big man, will be looking to, as we would say, hug the strike, Penny.
Well, with 3 deliveries remain, you must be begging in Shamar Holder. Just hold it, just hold it. But one thing for sure, the Barbados Pride just lead by 10 runs. And thus, therefore, means the Windward Island will bat again.
Yeah, wickets falling in clusters this morning for the Barbados Pride as we see Shamar Holder halting the run-up of Ryan John.
Oh, Shamar Holder look very solid in defense there, Mr. Lalaman.
Solid as a rock, as you'd say, Penny.
As if he was saying, it's a wall, you can't go through this wall.
The Great Wall of Shamar holder?
It is indeed.
Or the Great Wall of Shamar?
Pick one.
There's a Great Wall of China and there's a Great Wall of Shamar.
It is indeed a wonderful morning. But of course, not a wonderful morning for the Barbados Pride. But of course, a wonderful morning for the Windward Island Volcanoes.
Yeah, certainly. I can see Sunil Lambers there having a word with Shamar Holder. All good fun out there in the middle, despite, you know, a good battle, a tight battle here. It looks as though Windward Islands are going to emerge victors, Penny. But it's all good fun. All of these guys know each other pretty well. Oh, just looking to drive that one and rehearsing the good old leave alone. At the end of 37, it's 1-1 for the loss of 9.
Thank you, Mr. Lalman. An excellent performance so far by the Windward Island Volcanoes. So far, 6 wickets in the match so far for Ryan John. Picked up from where we left off against the Scorpions at Sabina Park. So he's doing a fantastic job for the 2024 West Indies Regional season so far for himself as well as the Windward Island Volcanoes. But Shamar Springer will be continuing with figures of 4 for 41. And of course we'll be bowling to Roshan Primus. Your takes on the bowling performance of the Windward Island so far, Mr. Lalman?
Simply sensational. As here's the man who has led the way for the Windward Island Volcanoes. That's the man Shamar Springer. Shamar Springer, simply sensational. What do you call that? An alliteration, Mr. Penny.
He's springing in his steps thus far this morning for the Windward Island Volcanoes.
An alliteration of great stature. The simply sensational Shamar Springer. 4 S's.
He's definitely sensational this morning for the Windward Island Volcanoes.
Good old Marlon Penny. Pinnock. This one whipped away by Roshan Primus. Down to long on. And well, Shamar Holder is going to have to face the death rattle. And that is Shamar Springer.
4 deliveries he'll be facing. But Roshan Primus seemed to not shielding. I mean, Shamar Holder, second delivery of the over, took a single down to long on. So it's comfortable with Shamar Holder's batting. But at the other hand, Shamar Springer will be looking at 5-4 in this West Indies regional second round action at Kensington.
And Springer, equal to the task, there is Shamar Holder. It's Shamar to Chamar. Well, couldn't it get any sweeter here at the Kensington Cricket Club, Penny?
So it's Shamar versus Shamar. That's Shamar Holder versus Shamar Springer.
It's all happening here at the Kensington Cricket Club. We are approaching the drinks break after this over. Oh, well pitched up there by Springer. And what he has been able to do well today, he has pitched the ball up. He has used the pitch nicely. We saw that delivery to Kevin Wickham. Wickham playing down the wrong line. Took the outside edge into the hands of Sunil Lambers at slip. Really sumptuous bowling. We saw one that he pitched up as well. Just stopping on Hakeem Jordan. That balloon to skipper Amelius, who took an excellent catch. So all in all, it's excellent bowling. Here he is. This one crashed away through the offside. It's not going to reach the boundary though. Kenneth Themba was out there.
Not the most convincing shot there by Shamar Ola. Just a flash. Indian 2 runs for the Barbados Pride.
Chamar Keron Holder, the man on strike at the moment. 25-year-old Chamar Holder, who has certainly risen onto the regional circuit and has made it his own, but has been just, you know, halted by injury as the over comes to an end. 38 bowled. It's 124 for the loss of 9, and that's going to be drinks here after the first hour's play on day number 3 of the round 2 clash between Barbados Pride and Windward Island Volcanoes of the Cricket West Indies Regional 4-day tournament.
And good afternoon, cricket fans. As we're closing in on the end of this game, Pinay, it's all happened in the first hour of the game. Barbados Pride slipping to 124 for 9. They have the absolute slimmest lead ever. It's almost a diet of a lead here. Andrew Chan back in your company here, and we'll see how quickly the Windward Island Volcanoes will wrap this up. The Pride, of course, are hinging on Rashawn Optimus Primus doing something dangerous out there in the middle. He's actually looked quite good.
He is, but of course, 5 wickets to fall this morning for the Barbados Pride are not good. If you are a Barbados supporter,
And not good at all, just a lead of 13. Ryan John to continue. And Primus continues along his merry way.
not afraid to look his singular is Rashawn Primus. First delivery of the 39th over. So that means Shamar Holder has 5 deliveries to face from Ryan John. 6 wickets in the match so far for Ryan John. And of course, Shamar Springer doing a great job. Spectacular job so far by that tall all-rounder in Shamar Springer. High in the air, will the catch be taken? There's a man settling under the catch. And the catch has been taken. That means the Barbados Pride have bowled out in their second innings at 124, with Ryan John picked up 3 for 26. And of course, we're mentioning about Shamar Springer. He picked up 4 as well. That means the Windward Island Volcanoes in their second innings would need 14 runs to win their second game of this West Indies Regional Championship in a row. Your final say on this innings, Andrew?
It's a very dejected Barbados batting, and there was a scream of disgust and anguish from the Barbados, such as Rashawn Primus and Shamar Hulda walk back in. And it's an excellent performance by the Windward Volcanoes. They'll feel very happy about this. We expected it to be a good competition, Penny, because of course we saw that the Barbados Pride dealt with the CCC quite effectively, and then the Windward Island Volcanoes dealt with the Jamaica Scorpions quite effectively, respectively, in round 1. So we really expected a good competition here. But the Windward Islands Volcanoes, I think they've really taken control of this game almost from ball 1.
They certainly did, and hats off to the Windward Island Volcanoes. They batted well, they bowled well, and of course they tied around in the field, and that is good on the part of the Windward Island cricket.
Yeah, we'll take a short break right now and resume for the Windward Islands second innings, where they just require 14 to wrap up a very, very convincing victory here against the Barbados Pride. And we are back here at Kensington Cricket Club in Kingston, Jamaica for the should be short conclusion of this Cricket West Indies Regional 4-day championship game. Barbados Pride bowled out for 126 in their second innings, and the Windward Volcanoes require just 16 runs to win. Andrew Chan in your company alongside Mr. Marlon Pinnock. Penny, what do you have to say about this game, Penny?
Good morning to you back, Mr. Andrew Chong. Well, the Windward Island Volcanoes dominating so far in round 2 of the West Indies Regional Championship. Game being played here, of course, in Kensington, that's in Kingston, Jamaica. An excellent bowling performance today. A spell of bowling by Shamar Springer.
Yeah.
And of course, Ryan John really put the Windward Island Volcanoes in a commanding position early on the
we have to give special credit to the Windward Islands Cricket Association for putting Kimani Melias as captain and giving him the support that he needs, because this is his second game on the trot as captain, and it's the second game that he's going to win with inside 3 days with time and a half to spare, Penny.
He must be a happy captain.
Yeah.
As a young fellow at the age of 23, if you captain in a team of that assault is doing a fantastic job in the Windward Island, you must be a pleasing young cricketer.
In their post-mortem, though, Barbados Pride, how do they look at this game? Akeem Jordan will start proceedings, and he will be bowling to Jeremy Solozano, who actually top scored in the entire match with 86 in the first innings for Windward Islands Volcanoes, which helped them set up a commendable 325.
Well, of course, Akeem Jordan will be looking toward at least a wicket or two to his tally.
Starts online, as you would expect. But yeah, Barbados Pride, do they make any adjustments? Because their batting, it's the problem. It's the batting that hasn't clicked.
You look at the Barbados, that's a top order batting, haven't been clicking for the Barbados Pride. Of course, Captain Craig Brathwaite not getting any runs. McCaskey haven't get any runs. And of course, Shane Mosley. So the top three there not getting any runs for the Pride. So that is where the problem lies for the Barbados Pride.
Yes, certainly. And he'll get the first runs off the bat. There's Solozani, gets off the strike. He's interested in 2. Melias was ambling down. So 15 runs required for victory here. And in terms of this match, who would be your man of the match, Penny? There are a few contenders for sure.
Of course, it will be close between Shamar Springer and of course Ryan John.
Yeah, certainly.
And of course Salazano as well, scoring that 86 in the first innings for the Windward Island Volcanoes. Such a classy young batter is that man.
Well, flicked by Melias. He's flicked that in front of square. The fielder from deep backward square has to come around at shame holder. Fine leg, I should say, or long leg, as Penny would say. And they come back for 2, so Melias gets off the mark.
So it's also 13 runs required of the Windward Island Volcanoes to win their second game in a row.
Yeah.
And that goes to show the commitment of the Windward Island Volcanoes players.
Cover driving over extra cover, didn't get the full face, didn't get the full connection on that one. Of course, that outfield is thick on that side. Melias deciding, well, hey, I want to go home even before lunch.
Just obviously there by Kimani Melias, but no harm done. And 2 more runs to the Windward Island Volcanoes. Push them closer towards the target. Just 11 runs required.
Yeah, certainly the team management will have to call the drivers for both buses to come for them very shortly. Coming forward to that one, I think you're trying to force the AC a little too much here. But yeah, the management will have to contact the bus drivers, say, hey, we're not ready for you at at 5:30 anymore. If you can come in the next 20 minutes or so, that would be good.
But hats off to the Windward Island Volcanoes. All 3 days they played spectacular good cricket.
Yeah, certainly. It's only been it's just the second round after the first over, 5 without loss. But of the two teams, Windward Island of the teams that have played, of course, so far, I think the Windward Islands Volcanoes looks the strongest, along with Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. Barbados Pride probably had an easy start to the championships, facing CCC, who maybe were a little bit undercooked.
But of course, the Windward Island, they're showing their class, they're showing their commitment on the cricket field, and that goes to show the results that they are getting in the games.
Shamar Holder, who is starting to find some form and in this round, will start proceedings from the southern end of the ground. I don't think he actually bowled from the southern end at all, if I remember correctly, in the first innings. All his bowling is from the northern end. Oh, I have been corrected. He did bowl from the southern end. But that's the kind of it's of course a match that the Barbados Pride will have to pull everything out of the draw to win. But that's the kind of Shamar Holder that we want to see. Right on line, right on length, getting that delivery, those deliveries outside that third and fourth off stump, attacking the stump.
So Lozano, such a good cricketer, very disciplined young, but a matter of fact, these two youngsters, very young, very enthused about regional cricket, and it shows. They have very commitment to this game of cricket.
Certainly not as committed as your scorer friend, Major Walker, to coffee.
But I can guarantee you, Major Walker, just hoping for the next 11 runs for him to get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, certainly. At this stage, I think he's drinking a cup about every 5 runs or so. Pushed into the cover region. Easy shot there by Jeremy Solozano. The outfield is thick on that side, but they can come back for 2. Will they come back for the 3rd? They do take on the throw. Oh, it's a direct throw. That is a brilliant throw. And actually, Melius has run out. Well. Brilliant throw from that fielder coming in from the deep there at the cover region. And unfortunately, the Windward Island Volcanoes won't close this out by 10 wickets.
As we can see here in the replay, Kevin Wickham with the throw. Him, and look at Kimani Miller struggling, and then the throw is gone. Good decision here by umpire Basarat of Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, Windward Island lose their captain by the run-out route with their team on 7 for 1.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Excellent work by Kevin Wickham. That was a pull-over throw. I mean, if you think that he's about 30 or 40 meters away, maybe even more, to hit the stumps from there.
Let's have a next look at the replay.
The security guard, who's our good friend, is
Picked up
commentating behind me, Penny.
Look at the throw coming in. Bang, gone.
I think Melius was very casual, but you can understand why, because he really didn't think that he would hit the stump directly from there. Game of glorious uncertainties is cricket, and Kevin Wickham shows once again how true that adage is.
Yes, he did. Good throw there, coming in from the extra cover boundary. Bang onto the leg stump. Captain finds his way short of the crease. But of course, the Windward Island Volcano still in the driving seat. Just the 9 runs required.
The new batter is Johan Jeremiah. So 2 left-handers at the crease for the Windward Islands.
They're shaping away from the left-handed Jeremiah there was Shamar Holder delivery.
So would you make some adjustment to the Barbados batting, bring in one of the younger players, maybe Siddiqui Henry or Shaquille Kamabach, just to throw things up in the middle order?
So fantastic game so far by the Windward Island Volcanoes. And they are showing why they are doing so dominant over the last 2 seasons of this West Indies Regional Championship. They're playing as a team, working as a unit.
Steaming in his Shamar Holder, though, really putting effort into that.
At the completion of over number 2, the Windward Island Volcanoes, they are 7 for 1. We actually have a lovely sunny morning here at Kensington for cricket. But actually, this game will be over before lunch on day 3 of this West Indies Regional Championship. And of course, you can see the Windward Island dugout look very happy at the moment. And why not? With your team in a commanding position after 3 days.
Yeah, it's an easy camp there. So, yeah, so the Barbados Pride, they have Shaquille Cumberbatch and Jair McAllister as the players who haven't played. Jordan to continue. So would you make an adjustment? Probably bring in another player, maybe Shamar for Jair McAllister, and then of course try Shaquille Cumberbatch.
But of course, Captain Craig Brathwaite have to play. So you look at it as Captain Craig Brathwaite is a sure pick, as we mentioned. McCaskey and Shane Mosley, they are the 2 players that, of course, Barbados Pride. Ooh, each of a delivery there on the part of Hakeem Jordan. I was mentioning the 2 players in the top 3 or top 4 would possibly have a chance to sit and watch would be Shane Mosley and, of course, McCaskey.
But then if you look at the odds, McCaskey will have to open. I'm not sure if Barbados will have a special opener. They might also bring in a player or 2 from outside, but maybe it's too early to just getting nervous, Barbados. But certainly they have to get stronger if they want to compete with the Windward Island Volcano.
It's early days, just the second round. But of course, you want your batters to be kicking at the moment. All batters so far batting both innings. What we're talking about for the Barbados Pride.
Yeah.
And the middle order just chumps for the Barbados Pride so far. Haven't get a half century up top yet.
Yeah. And of course, the thing, of course, is, Penny, if you look at it quite factually, there have been 4 instances of Barbados batters batting long, and 2 of them have been by Kevin Wickham. The other by Jonathan Drakes in the first match, and then of course by Shane Dorich in this game. In the Windward Island Volcanoes alone, 4 or 5 batters in their 1 innings alone, 4 or 5 batters pushed on and batted long, batted deep. And that would be, of course, Jeremy Solozano, Kimani Melius, batted a number of deliveries, and then Sunil Ambrose came in as well, and then Shamar Springer, who was there for a long time as well.
And that goes to show once you occupy the crease, runs will be there for you as well.
And that's the thing about red ball cricket, you bat time. You need to bat time. Wonderful cut shot. Forward square drive, I should say. And that was driven beautifully all along the turf by Salazano. Glorious shot.
It is indeed a shot of a man in form. It's transferred the work there on the front foot. Looks so pleasing to watch. Solozano continues from where he left off in the first innings. He played some sweet cover drive in the first innings and now in the second. Tremendous looking shot there at the completion of over number 3. The Windward Island Volcanoes are 11 for 1.
Yeah. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful performance by the Windward Island Volcanoes. They really haven't put a foot wrong, Penny. There was a stage, even that was managed to be separate. Darrell Cyrus coming through, and immediately actually taking 2 very quick wickets as well, to then peg the Barbados Pride back when they were just getting a little bit of foothold in their climb up the mountain.
At the moment, the Barbados are really outplayed in this game. Just the 5 runs required for victory for the Windward Island Volcanoes.
Shamar Holder continuing to Johan Jeremiah. Jeremiah got a score in the first match. And he got a start in this game in the first innings, 32. But he also played on quite a number of deliveries, 76 deliveries as well. So the application, I think, has been much better from the Windward Island Volcanoes. Flicked nicely. That's down to the backward scare. The fielder from long leg comes on. That's Shem Alexis Holder. I was speaking to Barbados manager Leslie Reefer Sr. and he corrected me and he said it's Shem. We've been saying Shem. It's actually Shem. And I was actually correct in the Jewish pronunciation of the name would be Chaim. But so we'll go with Shem for now.
Shem.
Shem Alexis Holder. Good performance from him. Unfortunately, was struck on the bowling hand. Probably wasn't as effective as he would have liked been to be. Just a single there. That was a good fielding by Shem Alexis Holder. And our cameraman Kadir Mohammed has even more company on that side. I think
That's a Sports Max zone.
Yeah, he has a fella from the Cameras Union. And then it seems like there's another fervent admirer in that bright pink jersey looking around.
He's also from the Sports Max zone as well. Sports Max in Jamaica.
Interesting conversation that happened between Solozano and the third slip fielder. It seemed to be very close.
So it goes to show how the Windward Island Volcanoes preparation so far for this West Indies Regional Championship for 2024 has been going. And they are getting great results so far.
Yeah, just one hit away now. Let's see how quickly the Windward Volcanoes can close this down.
Very sunny morning thus far at Kensington.
Goes for the pull shot. And does he get it over the rope? It does. He does. It hits 6 to finish the match. Jeremy Solozano ends it in style. Hit the rope on the full as he pulled Shamar Holder in front of square on the leg side. And the Windward Volcanoes wrap up victory in 2 days and a half against the Barbados Pride by 9 wickets, Penny.
Congratulations to the Windward Island Volcanoes for playing a fabulous match here at Kensington. They really outplayed the Barbados Pride. And congratulations as well to the opening batsman in Jeremy Sololanzo, who is unbeaten this time around after scoring 86 in the first innings and came not out 13 from 14 deliveries.
Yeah, happy dressing room there. And the Barbados Pride will be stung for sure by this comprehensive victory from the Windward Islands Volcanoes team. But they have a couple days to regroup. At least they will have the extra day as well to regroup, Penny. Probably just take the afternoon and the morning off from cricket, not think about anything else. And go back to the hotel, rest and recuperate. and then they can do that post-mortem. That will be a very, very harsh autopsy by the Barbados Pride management.
It's good to see the team spirit being maintained by the two teams shaking hands. Well played to the Windward Island Volcanoes.
Yeah, good little knock there by by Solizano to just finish it off. And the Windward Island Volcanoes win this match in round 2 of the Cricket West Indies Regional 4-Day Championship by a comprehensive 9 wickets. And from our broadcast team here at Kensington Cricket Club in Sabina Park, Jamaica, our hard-working and sunburned cameraman Kadir Mohammed, our erstwhile producer, director, statistician, commentator, Mr. Visham Lalman, the legend of Jamaica, Bob Marley knows him as well, Mr. Marlon Carlisle Pinnock, and myself, Andrew Chan, signing off from Kensington Cricket Club in Kingston, Jamaica. Do have a wonderful day. Bless up, power and respect.